Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing a Workpro rotary tool. That's this little thing here, and I'm going to be showing you everything that it does and why I got it and why this is replacing a Hobbycraft rotary tool, and therefore why did I get rid of this and need that. First thing we need to do, of course, is unbox the new one. So first we start off with the main box. We've got a nice brown box, tells us on it that it's a Workpro tool, shows us a picture of the tool on it. If we open this box up, we have, let's have a look, a card. Thanks for your support. Okay, thanks for purchasing, contact us, and all Facebook links, that sort of stuff. Lovely. We have the tool itself in some bubble wrap. We'll get to that. Anything else? Oh yes. And we have a instruction book. The instruction book's obviously going to be very useful. Loads and loads of different languages, so we've probably only got a few pages in English. Standard stuff we know because we've already got a rotor tool, so this is worth keeping just for checking up on various things. If we take the tool out of the bubble wrap, we have our tool. Looks very nice and neat and compact. It's even got a little hook thing on the back here. So if you wanted to, we could hang it up. We're not going to do that. And it's got a locking mechanism on the side. It tells us 3.6 volts, and it's a multi-electric rotary tool set with 69 pieces. So it's a 69 piece tool set. The Hobbycraft one is 75 piece, but we'll get to that as well, the difference. So nice lock on the side, open it up. Oh, we've got like a plastic cover thing as well, actually. And then we've got our tool. Lift that out. So that's the tool itself. Quite nice. It's a little bit fatter than the rotary tool from Hobbycraft because obviously it's got a battery in it. But size-wise, it's about the same length and sort of width here, but it's fatter here because of this battery. So then we've got all our tools, little brushes, sanding bits. So it does say we've got 69 pieces in here. A lot of that is going to be made up of about 30 pieces of sanding disc. So we've got these here, and there's a lot of these little things which are like very thin discs, loads of them actually, including the lead. There's a power lead in here to charge it via a USB port. It's a USB-C charger, so I'm not going to bother using that because I've got loads of phone chargers that will do. And then there's loads of little sanding tools, these little bits, sort of sandpapery tools. The sandpapery tools didn't come with the Hobbycraft kit, so the Hobbycraft kit is sort of more designed towards a crafting tool. You've got the same ones here, so you've got these things which are for like engraving. They call them diamond bits, so they're knurled bits, engraving, stuff like that. But the Hobbycraft one doesn't come with any of this stuff here, but it does come with more brushes. This one, by the look of it, it's only got one brush, whereas the Hobbycraft one came with a load of different brushes, so cleaning and polishing and sort of getting muck off of stuff. So although they say there's a load of pieces, 69 pieces, a lot of it is made up by stuff that I probably wouldn't use. I might do at some point. The thing is, these bits here, they didn't come with the Hobbycraft one, so I bought a separate set. I went on eBay and bought a pack for only about 10 quid, I think it was, a few years ago when I got my first drill. And in that pack, I got all of these bits here, sanding bits. I got a few more of these, and I got loads of this sort of standing stuff and some drill bits because the Hobbycraft one doesn't come with drill bits. This one does. You've got two drill bits, which is quite nice because you can use it as a drill. As with all of these things, you put it into this bit at the end. So you press the lock on here. That undoes the chuck. And then you've got sort of a full-size drill. Switching this one on and off is quite straightforward. You've got a power press button here. It says press and hold it to switch it on. There we go. And you press it each time again to make it go up in power. Long press switches it off. So you've got 3 power levels in speed wise, which is all you really need. The Hobbycraft one has a wheel on it which you can adjust to make it go faster or slower, but I never really got that fast. It is a slower speed tool and it never felt quite like enough. Sometimes it would stop when I was doing things, which was a bit of a pain. The nice thing about this one having a case is it's portable. Put it in that, clip it up, you can take this one anywhere, which was a lot easier than the other one. So why am I getting rid of the Hobbycraft one and replacing it with this lovely little new tool? Simple reason, as I said just now, this is 17,000 RPM, whereas the Hobbycraft one is 13,000 RPM. So you get more power out of the little rechargeable one. And the biggest problem I ever found with this one here was, although this is a nice size and it's quite comfortable to hold in your hand, the difficulty is it's always got this cord attached to it. The cord isn't exactly that long. You always got to be quite near a mains socket to be able to use it. And the cable isn't exactly that flexible. You can see it's a bit sort of concertinaed where it's been in the box, because to fit it in that box, it's quite squidged up. But it's always attached here to the end, which means you've always got to work around it. It drags around, it's over your hand. So it's not that easy to maneuver. And now the reason I'm actually getting rid of this is because the chuck piece and the gear that holds the chuck piece in here is actually broken. Basically, you push this thing here down, that locks a little sort of like shouldery bit in here that locks this into place so that you can undo the chuck, which unfortunately you can't on this one. It is now broken, so it doesn't work. So it has to go in the bin. That did give me a benefit in getting a new one, and when I looked online I suddenly realised I could get wireless or cordless ones that are rechargeable, so I'm not going to have the same problem with the cable. So with the new one it's just a lot easier. You can hold it in any angle you want, upside down, anywhere, and of course you can take it anywhere. You don't need to be plugged into the mains to use this. Charge it up, go anywhere you want, and brilliant. It is absolutely perfect for doing stuff on the move, but also just for doing engraving, because if I hold something I haven't got a cable sort of snatching around my hand when I'm using it. It's actually very cheap. This was 20 quid, so this was 19.99 on Amazon. It says Workpro on it. There are a lot of these. If you look online, not just Amazon, you'll see the exact same design, usually the same colour. There are a couple of other ones in blue and things like that. Exactly the same unit, made in China, probably by the same people under different names, but all around the same sort of price, about 20 quid. The Hobbycraft one, this particular one isn't available, but they do a new replacement which is very similar, a little bit fatter looking, and that is the same price that this one was when it was new, which is 50 quid. One of the advantages of having a newer, smaller one which is rechargeable is it's actually less noisy, so it's quieter in operation than that one was, and it's actually less vibration. The thing with the other one, with the yellow one, the Hobbycraft one, had quite a bit of vibration in it. So when you was using it, if you're doing engraving and stuff like that, it's probably fine. I'm not an engraver, so I never use it for that. I used it mainly for cleaning my watches and that sort of thing, which is sometimes I get grubby watches, so I use that to get in all the nooks and crannies with the little brushes, which is why the brushes were so useful to me. I could use these little things here and get these in sort of the straps and stuff like that, so they're very, very handy. And of course I will keep all of these old bits, but I'll chuck the tool away. All of these bits will now fit the new one, so they're really, really useful in that respect. But as I said, it was quite noisy and it vibrated a lot. Now that only really became important when I did my teeth with it. Yeah, I have broken my teeth a couple of times, and when they're broken it was quite nice to have something to file off the very sharp bits. I didn't keep cutting my tongue. Now, I definitely don't recommend you do that. I wouldn't say do that at home. This does look a nice medical colour. I wouldn't stick it in your gob and do your teeth. I am very, very stupid, and that's why I did it. But it is not recommended for that, and I wouldn't recommend you do that. The whole point of the brushes do a very, very good job of polishing up grime and stuff that's stuck on watches, especially when I'm buying watches off of eBay, things like that. But if you want it to, because it's powerful, it's a 17,000 RPM, you can, as I said, engrave with it, you can sand stuff down, and of course you can use it as a little portable drill, which is really, really handy. I've got drill bits now with this one as a new one, and I've got drill bits with the old bits, so it's a very useful little tool. And for the fact that it's only about 20 quid, you can't go wrong. I mean, if this thing goes wrong in 6-7 months time, I'll buy a new one. Hopefully it won't. It will last, and I will get a lot of use out of it, and maybe more use than I did with the Hobbycraft one, because the Hobbycraft one was a bit of a pain with that cable hanging around all over the place. This will be easier to use, so therefore more pleasurable to use, and therefore it will get more use. Well, that's the idea anyway. So anyway, guys, that's the review of the Workpro rotary tool, rechargeable 3.6 volt, 17,000 RPM with 69 accessories. I hope you like it. If you do, please give me a like, subscribe if you want to see more weird stuff, maybe reviews and things, and check the links below. I'll put the links for this one and the other one, and that way if you do want one, you can buy one, and I would recommend it. It's really good. So, thanks again. Bye bye.